What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix series Emily in Paris Season 4 Part 1. Let's rock this. Okay, first up, it goes without saying that even though I will do my best to keep this video spoiler free, this review is mainly for those of you my fellow Emily in Paris fans who already know what's up. Meaning, I'm only mainly gonna be talking about what the characters are up to now and how the story is going so far. And since the review embargo lifts on the same exact night as Season 4 Part 1 premiere, there's no need to tiptoe around the details anymore. So again, heads up, if you haven't watched a single season of Emily in Paris, or if you have not caught up on many of the previous episodes, then you might want to look away because this tea spilling session is not for you. Okay, now that I'm speaking to you Emily in Paris stans, and now that I've already watched Season 4 Part 1, which consists of 5 episodes by the way, I'm here to inform you that it's a mixed bag. Yeah, it's a mixed bag. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. The good news is, unlike the recent The Umbrella Academy final season, at least Emily in Paris Season 4 Part 1 does not butcher their character's arc. It does not abandon previous unresolved subplots. It does not introduce strange new characters that insult the fans. At the same time though, as I was watching it, I asked myself, how much more of this Emily, Gabriel, Camille love triangle dilemma that I can take before it gets old and redundant? Luckily, the entertaining aspects of this show remain intact thanks to the hilarious supporting characters like Luke, who's always ready to make us laugh when things sometimes get a little bit too stale. In Emily in Paris Season 4 Part 1, after the dramatic events of Camille and Gabriel's misbegotten wedding, Emily is reeling. She has strong feelings for two men, but now Gabriel's expecting a baby with his ex, and Alfie's worst fears about her and Gabriel have been confirmed. At work, Sylvie is forced to confront a thorny dilemma from her past for the sake of her marriage, and the Agents Gratal team navigates personnel shakeups. Mindy and the band prepare for Eurovision, but when funds run dry, they're forced to get thrifty. Emily and Gabriel's chemistry is undeniable as they work together towards a Michelin star, but two big secrets threaten to undo everything they've dreamed of. Created, written, and executive produced by Darren Star, featuring Lily Collins as Emily Cooper, Philippine Leroy Bellew as Sylvie Grateau, Ashley Park as Mindy Chen, Lucas Bravo as Gabriel, Camille Razat as Camille, Samuel Arnold as Julian, Bruno Guri as Luke, William Abadi as Antoine Lambert, and Lucien Laviscount as Alfie. Listen, I don't know why they had to separate Season 4 into 2 parts. I didn't get that memo. Maybe you can enlighten me as to why they needed to do that. Perhaps it's a scheduling conflict with the cast, who knows. But trust me, the end of episode 5 is a bit lackluster in my opinion. Yeah, there's that twist reveal with Camille's pregnancy, but if you ask me, it's not really the shocking cliffhanger that the writers think it is, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm the only one who views it that way. My point is, the abrupt, unresolved ending, if you want to call it that, just seems annoying as opposed to making you want to anticipate what comes next. And that goes the same for the #MeToo storyline that the writers deem important for Sylvie to have. And now we have to wait for Part 2 for that conclusion, because the way that that particular storyline develops in this Part 1 is so half-assed, like there's no real effort into it, just a slight non-substantive tease involving a magazine expose. I barely categorize that as something that rocks the fashion or the marketing industry in which Sylvie's business operates. And maybe it's just me, but Sylvie also comes across as a bit subdued in this new season. That bitter, tough Sylvie is still in there, but seems a bit toned down a notch. And she is agreeing with Emily more often than she needs to. Part of why this show is deeply amusing is seeing the conflict or the collision between how Sylvie does things and how Emily does things. And sadly, we don't get to see much of that in this season 4. That said, I'm still a fan of Emily's best friend Mindy, and I like how the writers connect her relationship with Nico with the rivalry that Sylvie has against Nico's company. That rivalry provides some of this season's most absurdly funny moments. Speaking of funny, as I implied earlier, thank God for that white-haired, tall, skinny Frenchie Luke. There's an episode on season 4 where Julian helps Luke through a listening device for his presentation, and of course, things get lost in the translation. You know, that type of comedy has been done plenty of times on other shows or in movies, but you know what? It still works. It totally still works. And I found myself rolling on the floor laughing out loud at that whole scene. The comic relief duo of Julian and Luke is probably one of today's underrated TV gems that often gets overlooked. And now back to the Emily, Gabriel, Camille love triangle. Listen, I'm glad that when it comes to Emily, nothing about her is out of character, and Lily Collins plays her with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it attitude, which is great. But Gabriel has become even more bland than he's ever been, and that good looks charm that has carried him thus far is starting to wear thin. The whole storyline with Camille and her girlfriend crowding their space is wobbly at best. It's one of those things that gets you saying, really? That's all you got, writers? I'm telling you, they gotta come up with something fresher for this love triangle. And maybe you can argue, well, Rama, the pregnancy twist reveal is the key. Yeah, but right now, at this moment, color me not so impressed, if that's all they got going for them moving forward. Yes, an effective drama is built on the secrets and the lies that the characters hold, so we'll have to wait and see if this particular secret/lie can rejuvenate the juicy, gossipy, exciting nature of Emily in Paris. So yeah, overall I give Emily in Paris Season 4 Part 1 the rating of 3 out of 5. Once again, it's a mixed bag, but not necessarily in a bad way. By the end of it, all I can say is, hopefully, Part 2 gets a little bit better.